in this macro environment for stocks, if you're not focused on profitability, you get hammered. You could see in a few releases that they're kind of pushing back on some product releases when it comes to VR and AR, and they're kind of quitting some teams and using the resources for other parts of their business. So you can see that they already are controlling the costs.
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt. I'll only be 10 seconds. This week, we're giving away a free $50 Amazon gift voucher. All you have to do is like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a constructive comment on one of our GEMS newsletter publications. The link to the newsletter is in the description. Enjoy the vid. The full podcast with Rihard drops Monday next week.
When somebody says, I'm going to spend 10 billion per year on this metaverse concept, investors, first thing to come in mind is the profits are going to be lower, right? And this is also the case with Meta. But at the same time, the last quarter, Zuck mentioned this, right? And was quite clear that they do not intend to spend more than they make in profit. So they don't expect this portion of 10 billion, if it's 10 billion right now, to grow and to not kind of be managed with how much profit they make. They also mentioned that they're going to leave the profit to grow still, right? So the profit from core apps, they still expect to grow even though they spend for the metaverse, right? So they're quite flexible with this, and I think they understand this because especially in this macro environment for stocks, if you're not focused on profitability, you get hammered. So you can see that they already are controlling the costs. But at the same time, I think the era of big tech spending only on buybacks and dividends is over. Like, if the metaverse concept is really the next big computing platform, which let's just mention, Meta is not the only one that sees it this way. You have Microsoft, you have Nvidia, you have Disney. All these CEOs talking about AR and the metaverse being the next computing platform, right? You want the big tech to spend and develop this field and be there when it's necessary, right? So you don't want them just to provide these buybacks because, yeah, it worked for 7-8 years, but financial engineering can only go so long. It's not like once something new comes, you can easily become old tech, if you will. So I, as a shareholder, actually want to hear the following. I want to hear, okay, you're spending on the metaverse, which is the next computing platform. Great. I want you to prepare for the future. At the same time, I want you to say, we are going to control costs and not hurt the profit from the core products. For investors, I think it's quite clear they're not going to spend like crazy on this concept. But yeah, it's always a talk about timing. The biggest risk, I guess, here is if Meta puts so much money in, develops this concept, people get familiar with it, and then Apple comes in and basically takes the market, right, with its first or second product. So this is the real thing that Meta also needs to watch out. Right, they're really open, communicating with PR about this metaverse because they want people to understand it and to become users. But at the same time, they can also risk of timing it too soon.